Okay. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're reviewing the Grapefruit IPA that was actually one of my first videos on YouTube. It's really funny. I did a time lapse as the first one ever. But this is the same recipe. I made it because my awesome friend Stephanie has an amazing tree in her backyard, and she gave me 2 huge bags of grapefruit. And yeah, this is just kind of like one of my standards. You've probably had this before.
I mean, but not in a really long time. So especially like after we've had all these other crazy variations to like go back to one of these, because I'm really curious because remembering how much you like something and then being able to taste it again, it's always fun because either it's exactly what you remember, or sometimes it gets better. It's hard for me to believe that anything gets worse with Sarah. Her beers are that damn good. But you know, I'll be a tough critic.
All right. And now the intro plays.
She makes beer. She makes cheer. I want to drink over her sink. Dun 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 dun, Sarah Flora.
And we're back.
On this episode of Jenny's an Asshole.
Okay, so let's do the stats. First of all, I just want to mention, if you're used to floating dip tubes and then you use a keg that doesn't have a floating dip tube, you are a floating dip tube.
Sometimes I feel like a floating dip tube.
Anyway, you may be surprised to get a ton of yeast in your glass. Reed and I thought this beer was trash when we first kegged it, so he doesn't care. And he drank a couple glasses, and then he was like, actually, this turned out pretty good. I think it was just the yeast. So, just a reminder, drink half the keg before you throw it away.
Also, drink half the keg, I feel like is a pretty decent like recommendation when if you really want to understand the flavor profile. Drink half the
keg. Hashtag drink half the keg.
The second half will be way better.
We're starting a movement. Drink half
drink
the
half
keg.
The keg. It's a half keg kind of day.
Okay, so let's get in the stats.
Can we pour it so I can drink it while you're in the stats?
Yes, go ahead and pour. Okay, while we do stats, we are doing the pour. So
can I open this?
The original gravity was 1.061. We were going for 1.064, so we were 3 off. Our final gravity was 0.998. I don't know how the yeast went so crazy on this one, but we'll take it. And the final gravity was supposed to be 1.013. It was supposed to be a 6.7% beer. It's an 8.3. You know how my life goes.
This color's real pretty.
Doesn't have much head.
Cheers.
I think it has wheat in it too. Cheers. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Cheers.
It's still got a little bit of the yeast.
I smelled it as soon as I opened it.
It's a little yeasty bottom, but the grapefruit shines through.
What'd you call me? Why do you keep setting me up for this?
They're so good.
Okay, so the smell in this almost smells Belgian.
It does, because you're smelling the yeast. So we should have probably waited for this review for a while, but I'm real behind.
No, but taste it. That feels really good.
I'm gonna do more on the smell.
Okay.
So you pick up the grape. You smell the grapefruit.
Definitely smell the grapefruit, and I do feel like it's a little bit more like pink grapefruit than like a really.
It is. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's like the backyard grapefruits around here.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not crazy tart. It's citrusy and it's fresh. Where it's like a ruby red kind of grapefruit juice is what I pull from that. The smell. But yeah, it's interesting because the smell.
Yeah, it's like fruity.
It just makes me think of like a Belgian.
And you can smell the bitterness. It smells like a grapefruit, expressing.
But it's like the rind, not the pith. Like, you know, when you get to the white part and it gets bitter.
Yeah.
It's more of like that really bright citrus. Like the oil that would come off of it.
Yeah. So when the yeast is actually cleared up, this will be a clear beer. But
oh really?
Yeah, towards the end of the keg, it'll be clear. Yeah.
I think it's also darker in color than I thought.
Yeah, really there's pretty. A bunch of caramel malts. There's caramel 30, I believe, in it. When I used to make recipes, I used to be super into caramel malts. So, yeah.
I just think it's a pretty, and it feels, I wouldn't call it it's not bright and sharp. It's got a little bit more viscosity or whatever to it, where it still fills your mouth. Not quite creamy, but
it
a
does.
little fuller.
It's thick. Could use a little more carbonation too. This is just a young beer at this rate.
I really like it.
It does have a really nice creamy mouthfeel. Mm-hmm. As much as the word mouthfeel grosses everyone out. So the
that
flavor.
in slow motion for you.
Yeah. It is very dry.
Yeah, the finish is, but I like that.
Yeah.
Like it works with this because of the citrus, because of the grapefruit, and because the malts, I think, if that's what it is that I'm feeling or tasting, that the malt kind of helps.
Yeah.
It's round. It's still like it carries through all the way.
You know, I switched up the yeast this time. I used California ale yeast instead of US05, which I usually do. And I'm wondering if that's why it dropped down so much.
I dig it.
But I think the grapefruit juice also kind of like drops it.
How much grapefruit juice over grapefruit peel do you actually put into a keg of this?
5 ounces of zest and 30 ounces of grapefruit juice.
5 ounces of zest.
Oh, it's a lot of zest. Yeah, it's really annoying. I hate it. I want one of those.
She asked me to do that with her once, and I said no.
I want one of those spiralizer things that you can. There's like a machine that will
you can do
zest
that. Can you just? Are you like actually just peeling them, or do you have to zest them?
No, I'm just peeling with a cheese grater.
Oh, that's not as big of a deal.
It's not.
I thought she was sitting there with like a microblade, like. You know, you like.
I would not be here today if I was doing that.
That's what I meant. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Peelers still pain in the ass. The spiralizers, my mom uses those for apple pies. They're like magic. Now I know what to get you for your birthday. Or who could sponsor this video.
Anyway. In the flavor, I get the grapefruit like towards the end. It sits in the back of my mouth.
Yes, I get it right on the nose and I get it in the back. But
yeah.
it's so interesting how that juice like flavor really pops in certain places.
This beer could definitely like it'll be better in a week. And I'm gonna try to keep it
We'll do a
around.
30-second follow-up. Do you want me to hide it in my fridge for you? It's only me and Marcus now.
We're actually taking some to Stephanie so he knows he can't drink it all.
I dig.
Yeah.
Try this recipe, you'll like it.
Yeah. I dig.
I can drink more of it now?
Yeah. Man, it's such a summery beer.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it's a beautiful summer night.
It is.
It's like an
finally
end of summer
not
day.
hot. Oh, there, I got some head.
That's what she said.
Ah! Beautiful.
That's
the head
pretty
looks
beer.
nice when you actually have some head.
That's a pretty beer.
Yeah, I do like the color. It's like almost amber, but when it clears up, it'll be a slightly lighter, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but just like
Do you think
because
the color's in the cloud?
some
That'd be
of
a
it.
great name for a band.
It's the yeast can be like a little dark.
The things you learn. It's almost pumpkin colored.
It is!
This is like LA fall.
I made an Oktoberfest.
Yes, look forward to that. But this
Yesterday.
is like a perfect end of summer going into fall because it's still the grapefruits and like the really ripe grapefruits, but it's got some of that like I wouldn't necessarily have said spice, but like maybe even a little like cardamom or something.
It does have a little spice. You know, I think grapefruit is an underrated Christmas thing. Because grapefruits here at least, they're all year round.
Well, right.
And they're great for like spice things.
Well, but
so,
think about the Christmassy flavors of like orange and star anise and cloves and cardamom.
You could totally throw grapefruit
I
in
feel
there.
a little bit of like that cardamom clove, like a mild, teeny little bit that brought me to the fall pumpkin-y.
Yeah.
If this is our pre-fall tasting menu, and then we move into the Oktoberfest,
The pre-fall tasting menu.
I like it. This would be a beautiful top half to a candle with 2 flavors, and the bottom half would be pumpkin spice.
Oh yeah, it would.
That in between would be great.
I think to make it more fall-y, I would almost want it to be sweeter, but because the dryness just like makes it kind of summery because it's light.
It's the end of summer. It's the perfect transition. Get it? It's the September of beers, because you've got the Oktoberfest. This is the September soiree.
The flaming ball of fire that this year has been.
We
need 8%ers.
Exactly. This is the September of 2020 beer. Apocalypse beer. Did you see in Phoenix somewhere? I think it was Phoenix. There was a porta potty that somehow went loose and was on wheels and was rolling down the street. I don't think it was on fire, though. If it had been, it really would have been a perfect metaphor. But it was just like one of those things where there's so many different videos of people like along this main drag recording this thing, and it was basically like I never saw the footage of it hitting something, but like it did eventually. And
or just kept going on for infinity. It's just gonna circle the world.
What does a porta potty, when stopped forcefully, look like?
Why does a porta potty have wheels is my first question.
You posed an interesting question that I had not come to yet.
It seems like one of the many things that has no business having wheels.
I think it was the handicap stall.
That's worse.
Because it was really big. No, but I mean, they have to transport it places.
That's what forklifts are for.
I mean, if it was going down the street, it had to be. We'll have to look it up. I don't know.
Or it's a really steep hill.
Google it. Look it up. I don't have my phone on me. I'm going to make you watch this.
We're literally making poop jokes on my channel right now.
You guys are going to have to Google this on your own. Are you still recording?
Mm-hmm. Sick. What in the hell?
I don't think I oversold that.
I feel like you almost undersold it because I didn't realize how large of a porta potty
I wasn't kidding. I think it was the handicap stall. They don't have like family restaurants for porta potties, but they do have wheelchair accessible ones.
Interesting. Well, yeah, that's a good metaphor.
It was not just a joke in bad taste when I said it was a handicap stall. I really think it was. 'Cause what if somebody was in there?
That would be the
Their
worst
2020
thing
is even
ever.
worse.
I can't even imagine.
Oh, talk about a shitstorm.
Very on the nose, thank you.
I bet it was for that guy too. She just keeps them coming, doesn't she? We should stop while we're ahead.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Drink and make drink.
Hashtag drink half the keg
Drink half the keg.
of 8%.
Hey
Of
Sarah,
hashtag 8%.
where would you be found on Instagram?
Flora_brewing. I've never done that before.
No, but you're supposed to. Or on Twitter.
I do have a Twitter. It's got like 50 followers.
I bet the link's like right there.
It's not.
Or like right there.
It's not.
It will be.
It's not. It's not linked.
There? Can there be one over there?
It's just Flora Brewing.
No, but like on the YouTube video, you can put a little link. The link will be right here.
No, it won't. You can't do that anymore. You can only link like within YouTube. You just flicked out my followers. Flicked
off YouTube.
Anyway, you're gonna get me banned.
Banged?
Nope. Bye! If you want to get all my videos early, you can go ahead and click the join button above. And I want to thank my newest member, Jamie Draper. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys next time.